You really adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man.
Yeah. I'm getting to him like that. It's fun. Fuck. Free souls. Beat me and smack. Wow. Cali, man. Yo, Gumbo. Q. In the spot. Yeah. Perk head. What about? Big education. Bow. Spot. Bow. Hold on. Look. Big drip. Big drip. I'm in love with a lit bitch. Ayy. Crip shit. Ayy. She wanna suck on the lit dick. Ayy, ayy, ayy. Couple bitches I get lit with. Couple bitches I get lit with. I been spit. I give a fuck who you been with. Ayy, ayy, ayy. Bow. They loving the style. They loving the style. Send me the Addy, I'm hunting them down. Send me the Addy, I'm hunting them down. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm on demon time. Straightforward, I don't need a line. I don't. I just wanna watch the free time. I did. I bought it with me, I ain't leaving mine. Bow, bow. I bought it with me, I ain't leaving mine. Shoot it with me. I give a fuck if you coolin' with me. You say I ain't to the kid. What the fuck is you doing with me? Hold on. Yeezys. I need the money, I'm greedy. Hey. Bitch told me that she need me. I don't like the way you treat me. Hey, hey, Biggies. I'm giving numbers, Biggies. You married person. They believe me. Yeah. Free souls are here, demon. Geeked up, geeking. Me with me on defense. She let me fuck on the weekend. Shorty get batty. She try to add me. You cannot add me. She cannot hide me. No, mommy, I'm married. If you keep it singing, we can all be happy. You can pose a picture. But you better not tag me. Look, winning. Looking for him. Spinning. Demons with me. Sinning. Bust it up. Walk away grinning.
Yo, one time I was in Miami, me and my boy, and we went out, and this guy was at a club, Fivo, whatever, Big Drip Foreign, you know. I didn't even know who he was. This was like 4 years ago, COVID. I didn't even know who he was. And I'm at the club. And this guy goes on stage and he starts singing this song. And I'm like, yo, this is fire. I'm like, who is this? Is like 2020. I remember I'm rocking out to this guy and I'm like, the whole club going crazy. Gold, man, that buy we had last night today, 6 hours ago. If you held on to that, congrats. If you guys were with me pre-London session, literally 6 hours ago, streamed. You know, I wasn't on for Tokyo. I went on a little later last night. Gold ripped. We had buys. Got to hold some up, and I ended up adding more positions. Right, wrote it a bit out. Nice London trend. Pretty much exactly what we talked about 6 hours ago happened. Like what I saw. I was explaining that market structure shift that might have, most traders probably wouldn't have been able to identify. Most traders are probably looking for sells. Most traders probably selling up to this point. Maybe there's some sells coming in New York. It could be a risky setup if you're looking at sells right now or going into the New York session. 27.85. Maybe there's some sells if the market holds the high. That's really where we're testing for the day. Like, we got news coming up soon. We're coming to test the high. The question is the market gonna have enough force today to take that high out, continue trending up, or maybe have some pullback down, some retracement or reversal? That could potentially happen. I'm gonna sell on gold. I'm gonna attempt one sell. I'm gonna attempt one sell today. See if you see what the market maybe does after the news, if it can retrace or if it can reverse. If not, it might break the high. It could keep exploding up. Sells might come tomorrow, if anything. End of the week, that's where they've been coming. Really, the sells have been coming end of the week on gold. The buys, every Monday's been a buy. If you study gold, really, if you really break down gold, every Monday's been a buy, and it's rode up all week. If you mark out kind of where Monday is, Sunday going market open, going into Monday, you can look at literally the last 5 Mondays on gold. It's where pretty much the swings have been. Like, it's been swings on gold, market open, early week, Monday low, weekly low open. Every Monday has presented a buy to swing. So the market, you got to think of the market like a game of money. There's people who run the game, and they're human, just like us. And the thing about humans is we have routines, right? That we tend to do daily, weekly, right? We have our weekly or daily routines, right? The market's a game of money that kind of can have a routine at times, right? A flow, a routine in price. You often might hear traders like me say they. You might hear traders that have been trading for a long time say they. Like, who are you talking about when you say they? It's like, you might say they look like they're buying, or they're bringing price up, or they're going to push price down. You might hear us talk in those terms. They push the price down, market close into the open, right? If you're looking at where Friday, Sunday, Monday is, they are bringing the price down into the open. What's the thing about the weekend? Most traders are going to hold their trades on the weekend. Most traders are going to wait for the market to open. Sunday, Monday, most traders aren't even, really paying attention to the market as much. So, like, makes sense. Market retraces into Friday, Sunday, Monday. Every week, every single week, you retrace and you dump into Monday. and you hold buys pretty much for the week going into Thursday, Friday. If you notice that with gold, I understand gold a lot because I've spent a lot of time with gold. So there's patterns like this that you may be able to notice in certain months, weeks, with the flow of price. The last 5 Fridays have been sells. Well, Thursday going into Friday. But the last 5 Mondays, which is more important because that's where the trend is. The trend is up. Right? And this isn't anything new. I've been talking about this. What I'm talking about right now, I've been talking about since the very first stream I did, which I think was like January 9th, 3 weeks ago. Very first stream I did, I was actually talking about this, crazy enough. I was talking about how what the market is having this sort of flow with gold. The very first stream that I did, which was 3 weeks ago. I think every single stream I've talked about this since then and shown it on the charts and described it. So there is a chance, like if you look at every week, Monday, where pretty much Monday comes in, that's how pretty much majority of weeks. Closer towards the end of the week, sells come in. So there is a chance where it still holds until tomorrow. Like the price could still hold up until tomorrow's trading day or end of the week. We might see the same flow again on gold that it's done 5 weeks in a row. That might be just the same flow again, where if you look at price Monday, if you go on your chart, again, you can do this. I've done this with you guys. You go on your chart, you mark pretty much like Mondays. That's all these red lines. The red lines I have on the chart, those are Mondays. Those lows, like the market finds buys in the beginning of the week. So like a lower open, a lower price at the beginning of the week, shoots it up all week. Until average, like closer to Friday. And then when the market opens Sunday, Monday, it drops. It drops into Monday. If you go really study it, you'll see the prices can drop, closer to the end of the week into the new week. So by the time you wake up on Monday and look at your charts, the price is dropping already. But it's setting up every week, literally, for a buy. Very much like finding the low of the week. If you think of a weekly candle opens, obviously, the week starts at the beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday. So once that low is pretty much discovered for the week, it can hold it, right? If the market's in an uptrend and the weekly is finding the low of the week, that can typically take place maybe in the beginning of the week more so. If the market's opening up lower, that could be finding the low of the week. And that can hold, like you could study this trend and get some really good information from here for the future to understand like trends in markets. There's 5 consecutive weeks in a row here where the market holds swings for Monday low open, right? The weekly low open. You'll see this on charts. You'll see this characteristic on charts, whether it's a downtrend, uptrend. So in certain conditions, it's key to know that, be like, okay, where is the market been? Like, because that's what I've been doing. Like, okay, where's the market? Like, it's, even last night I was like, even last night, like I was looking for buys because I'm like, it's still not the end of the week yet. Like price could still push up till Friday or Thursday, Friday. That's why if you were on with me 6 hours ago, I was looking for buys because I understood it's where Monday was, like the market retraced and we came in low to start the week. So it could still try to find that higher point of the week, whether that's today or going more into tomorrow, end of the week. That's where you're more likely to get that probability in these types of markets, these conditions, right? A scenario like this, that gold's pushing up. Someone like me understands it still could push up until tomorrow, right? So it's higher probability that today going into tomorrow you get some reversals, some sells potentially, because you're nearing that end of the week. Most traders have been selling all week. So all the traders who have been short already, they're, out of the market, right? If it keeps going up, the same thing kind of happens. Then tomorrow it's more likely to set up. Go study gold. Study gold the last 5 weeks. So what you can do this weekend, maybe today, tonight, do it tonight even, like study gold, get going a chart, mark Friday. Notice how the market's traded by Friday, right? Thursday, Friday. That's what you gotta look at. You mark Friday. When you mark Friday, it's like, so what if Friday's here, how is the market traded by Friday? Right, was price more bullish, bearish? So look at where Friday is, how the market trades going into Friday. And then mark out where Monday is, right? Where, because you'll notice going into like Monday, the market has more bearish. Friday's like here. So by Friday, 5 weeks in a row, the market's trading higher. It finds buys. Well, coming into Monday, it's lower. That's where it finds the buys. So that's what you guys study this. Take this whole entire month, study that price action, because when you're swing trading, it's a sense of holding till a certain day. It's like, okay, what's the target? Thursday, Friday. If you're swing trading, the target's Thursday, Friday. In some cases, it's not always a price. It could be, I'm gonna hold this till Thursday. I'm gonna hold this till Friday because I understand I could be a part of the weekly flow that takes it up into Thursday, Friday, or takes it down into Thursday, Friday. When you're swing trading and you're in a position that's maybe a good entry, and you're taking it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and you got a good buy, and maybe you're noticing patterns like this, you're holding time. Like when you're swing trading, it's like, I'm gonna hold till Thursday. That's the mindset. For me, if I'm going to try to hold a trade longer, because maybe it's hard for some traders to hold trades longer, like let your winning trades run, I try to put in my mindset, I'm going to hold this till the next day, or I'm going to hold this for 2 days at least. If I'm trying to go for a bigger target, that's how at times you'll get the maximum out of the market, where, okay, I'm holding this for 2 days, maybe in 24 hours, it moves a lot. So for me, if I'm planning on holding something longer, I kind of prepare myself mentally to say, okay, I know I'm holding this trade for maybe longer. Even if I look at it and it goes 50 pips, it's more about the holding time. I'm going to hold it till Thursday. I'm going to hold it till Friday. That's a mindset when you're maybe trying to hold your swings, your runners. Because even look at yesterday. I was explaining last night that entry we had. We look at the entry we had last night. I said entry around 27.60, 59, 58 area. Stop loss was 56, right? That was a scalp. I got out at like 71. That could have turned into like a swing, right? So like I was explaining this last night. We had a scalping entry. We were using the whole number. And I was explaining, like, if you take more of these entries over time, like, you could, maybe some of them, I'm going to hold this one and see if it turns into a swing. I might have caught maybe some part of the trend. The buy we had London session, well, pre-London session was on point. If you held that, like, you'd be up a bag today. If I held, I would have made like 4K. Crazy because, man, I had buys in here. Would have been a huge, yeah, sometimes, like, there's some good trades that, next month I think I'm going to let some winners run longer. Because, yeah, the macro for gold could still be, like, new month coming, so February. What if February wants to go up higher? February's can be bullish months for gold if you also study that. We are still more bullish on the weekly. The weekly has a bottom wick. So like if this area gets taken out today, that we're in right now, the high we're testing, right? The market could try to trade higher. This is the area we're testing. Maybe there's some sells. I'm gonna attempt sells here between here and 27.85. I'm gonna attempt sells between here and 27.85. If you held the buys, good for you. Market could still rip up. There's not a lot of price action here. All we can really anticipate at this level is like reversal. Sit on your hands. It breaks up, hits 2800, 2790s. 2800 is not that far. That's a pretty prime number with the zeros. All we could kind of maybe anticipate, like other than potentially bearish at here, is if it breaks above and there's a big pullback and it, you know, maintains to stay above here. All we could kind of anticipate at these levels. For now, there's news coming out. Hopefully news gives us like a positive dollar reaction. That could be better for gold in a case like this, if it's like news coming out with higher impact. Unemployment claims. So AM and gold sells. Stop loss 788, 2788. It could hit 2785. I think that's kind of like a zone I was also analyzing, like 2780, 2785, that area, the high. Could be a riskier setup, but maybe it's London. We have London bullish, New York bearish potentially. Yeah, I ended up TPing my buys. On gold. Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing better today. Ethereum's doing a little bit better today. If you're in Ethereum, we've been waiting for that thing to kind of show some, you know, something. 4% today. Maybe we can get. Maybe that's the start. February tends to be Ethereum's season. See Ethereum, Bitcoin holding above 100. If it dumps on the news, maybe get out quick if it dumps. Can we get news come out? Is it positive, negative? Is more unemployment claims, lower number. That's better for the currency, you know, than what was forecasted. Better than the previous, so that's more positive for the dollar. Which, I mean, for XAU shorts is better in this scenario. The dollar might see some bullish momentum come in on a positive news, usually does. Went down just a little bit there. Might 2780, 2785 area, maybe that holds. That's the high we're testing. It'd be nice to see if that holds for the next 30 minutes. If not, price could break up, find another setup later or after. Tried a bit there, but nothing really. Currency pairs, what are they doing today? Yeah, even the currency pairs right now. Bullish impact on the dollar, which, I mean, with what came out, it's likely gold, not really inverse correlating to that. It's maybe finding resistance. If dollar keeps pushing up, maybe there's a potential gold finds resistance in this area. Obviously, I got in shorts like pretty much right when I got on. I have a stop loss at 27.88 for shorts. It could tap 27.85. There's a few head and shoulders. We even seen one last night. Like some people were seeing a bearish one, but I was showing head and shoulders. There was one in here last night. Like yesterday, there was a big one forming on the 4 hour. Like we were seeing a head and shoulders the other night, but that already, like when you look at the market dynamic, you understand what's happened since then and look at the market and be like, okay, does the head and shoulders technically still exist? Because obviously you have left, head, but now here's kind of your right. Does that still exist, right? Because we had the down move, but market came up to a bullish move. It held the range, right? It held the volume. So when you're looking at where lows come from, lows are holding, right? So this head and shoulders, when we're looking at it at first, right, over here, back over here, 2 days ago, 2 nights ago, yeah, it was more. When you're looking at it here, you see a way more clear head and shoulders. Now maybe the dynamic, the dynamic, maybe it changes depending on what happens today, tomorrow, with price action here, because you can see we're pretty much testing the highest point on gold. So the trade right now is, does it hold this high or break it? I don't look for breakouts. I'm not a breakout trader like that. I'm only like a breakout. If it breaks out and makes like a higher high, I may look for sells in scenarios like that. Or I wait for the pullback and see if I can catch a retracement. If a market's at a high like this, I'm either in a trade hoping it breaks the high, or just looking for a reversal. I don't trade the upside here. I don't trade at. I don't strategize like that. So if a market's like at a point like this, I'll look for more bearish moves, right? If I'm not gonna look for the bearish moves, it's like sit on my hands. Let the breakout happen if it's gonna happen. Like that's planning. If I'm not gonna do anything in this case, it's like I gotta see what the market does. Does it break out? Does it tap 27.90, 27.95? Then go back down. So there's different scenarios, ways you can kind of view the market and forward think. Like if I didn't want to take a trade right now, I could just say, okay, let me see if the market breaks out, makes a higher high, maybe try to catch sells when it makes a higher high, or wait to see if that retraces and turns into a support. Forward think like that, but for now I want to see if this kind of area holds here, you know, maybe for the next 30 minutes, hour. Maybe it dumps. That'll be nice. In profit. A little bit. Some pips. Yeah, I said I'm in sells when I got on. And I mentioned a couple times I'm in sells already. And I even put in Discord. I wrote in Discord, set up 2780, 2785 area. Not before I got on too. A swing AU, like the currency pairs are lower for sure. What kind of swing? Down or up? Up or down? Up? Up, right? Potentially up. If that happens, that's more bullish for gold after. Like, if you look at AU, yeah, AU bullish, right? This, or are you bearish? I see bullish. Someone says AU, maybe setting up for a swing. Yeah, you have this down candle here. So 20, 62. Interesting price action from the low here to this high. Low, high, took out this. So you have a nice shift there, break. also have on the bottom here. So yeah, AU. That looks interesting, actually. Maybe I get a pip and dip on gold, divert to AU. AU swings 20 lots. 10 lots, 20 lots, AU swings. Somewhere in there, yeah. Like I see what maybe you're saying. Price predictions for Doge. I don't know. I gotta close this window. My feet are cold. Damn. Can gold hold? A little bit. It's finding some resistance. Nothing crazy. No crazy impact there. So there's definitely some sustained demand for this thing. Bitcoin dropping a bit. Nice. Ethereum. You need Ethereum to keep running all February. Yeah, I kind of see like the AU. Maybe that's setting up for tomorrow. What's AU done all week? Like not too much. Like just kind of dropping. Just dropping all week. Yeah, I see that on AU. That looks nice. Looks like some accumulation. I'm gonna sell on gold. Got some entries. Keep my stop loss at 88 for the day, maybe for the hour. Want to see if we can get a pip and dip reversal here. I don't usually at resistance levels. When you're at a resistance, it's either like obviously break or reversal. But I don't trade those breakouts at these types of more extreme levels. Doesn't really fit my strategy or how I've approached the market. So yeah, if like you get 4 hour, 1 hour closure below here, like I said, the area that I wanted to see was this is what I wrote for the setup, gold sell setup, high risk, 2780, 2785 area. If it breaks above that area, then I'm going to be flat till tomorrow because again, this week so far caught a buy here. We caught buys here. We took a sell. Didn't hit. We took another sell here. We took buys literally 6 hours ago. If this doesn't hit, I'll lay flat probably till like tomorrow or maybe even higher high. You could always plan ahead for scenarios like this for what the market's most likely to do if it does this or if it does that. Like if it breaks up higher high, sells will then come. And like I even said in the chat, because I know people were looking for sells like hours ago, and I wrote in the chat like people are looking for sells on this candle, and I wrote just chill on gold. In the case where London session picks its direction, you want to wait for New York session if you're looking for sells, because London can be bullish, New York can retrace London session often. So if London's bullish, you typically just want to wait till New York even just before you trigger those sells, because London can pick a direction. And then what I explained at the beginning, weekly flow, like the only days that make sense, the only time that made sense for gold sells for me this week was here and the other morning, like coming into there, and either today, tomorrow. I already caught buys pretty much up to here, so I wish I held them still. We bought 6 hours ago on this candle live, so all targets were hit. Like this thing ran. Some people are still holding them. But yeah, like my plan, my plan's been the same plan I've done the last 5 weeks, so I'm not gonna alleviate my plan. So like always follow your plan, because I'm doing the same thing I've done the last 4 or 5 weeks for gold, is buys most of the beginning of the week, looking for buys, holding some buys. But where I've taken sells, the only sells I've really taken were either on Thursday and Friday the last 5 weeks. Only sells that I've, well, Thursday, even maybe Thursday going into Friday, that's pretty much where the sells have come. So when you're trying to position yourself, even think ahead of for tomorrow as well, because market could drop tomorrow more or go up until tomorrow if this trade doesn't hit. So I'm just following what I've done for the last few weeks. Even if you've seen, like, we've sold only on Thursdays and Fridays for gold mainly. Every Thursday, Friday has come into a sell, but more pushing into the new week. So like I mentioned before, I even said I was in the trade. That's why I did the whole trading at the beginning, just to prepare you. It could go up until tomorrow, right? If you look at the weekly flow. So remember that training we did at the beginning? Remember what I told you guys you could do tonight or this weekend? Mark Monday, mark Friday. Because I still understand where the market's at. Even if this trade doesn't hit, I still understand where things are at, maybe where we could set up for tomorrow. But we caught buys. I gave you guys buys 6 hours ago. I'm not in buys, not here. That doesn't follow my strategy. If you're looking for buys, you're maybe trying to catch that breakout. Personally, I'm not a breakout trader. If you are, that's your style. That's not my style personally. If you're doing breakout, it's maybe wait for something like this. Wait for the market to make a higher high. Watch for those whole numbers, like maybe 2795, 2800, and that's where it could potentially start a pullback if it trades higher. 2790s up there. Most likely, if you make a higher high, so what gold's been doing, there's a high here, higher high, comes into sells. So if you do come higher than this one, right, if you go higher than this one, right, market structure, higher highs, if you manage to take out the high we're testing for New York right now, higher high, that's when sells would come, and that maybe be even tomorrow. That could be today or tomorrow if that high gets taken out. It's pretty much what gold's been doing when you look at every peak. So you can also study market structure good with the past month. Every high, you go higher than it, that's where your sells come in. So when you go significantly higher than, let's say, a peak. So what's a peak? A peak is like a swing high when the market bends from a high point. So gold really likes structure. Gold really supports structure with that, in higher highs, lower lows. So sells can either come at resistance or on higher highs on gold. So we're at resistance right now. And like I said before this setup, that's why I wrote in Discord, it is a high risk one. Because the macro is overall still uptrend. So this is either retracement, reversal area. But if you study market structure on gold, sells either come again at a high. So that's equal highs, right? Or when you break like a market structure high, when you're in an uptrend and you go up and you go higher than the previous, that's typically where the market will then find its next resistance and work down. Or it could be plays like this where the market has a high and just runs up, goes down. That's typically like how you find resistance on gold when it comes to market structure. A lot of times you'll see this, the one in the middle. Depends on even the time frame you're viewing, like the angle you're viewing. Because if you zoom in on some smaller places on the chart, like you can see here, there's some market structure that you're getting high. You're going higher, that's when you get the sells. You're going a bit higher, that's when you get the sells. You're going a little bit higher, that's when you get the sells. So that might be even tomorrow's play if you're forward thinking. If when you're looking at the high we're at right now, look at the few previous ones behind us. You can see higher, sells, higher, sells. Evidently, all those sells come on Thursday, Friday. So I got roll anywhere between like 2780, 2785 area. Stop loss is at 2788 for gold. I'll be back 1 minute. Let me turn on some music.
You know what's weird? On paper, I'm doing better than ever. But do I still wake up at night? Yeah.
Interesting. There's gold. The sells. The buys have been the best setups this month, man. Oh, man. The sells have been fighters. The sells have been fighters. The sells have taken another attempt. Like I took a sell in here. I lost, and then I took a re-entry. Held it all the way. Like I took the second setup that same night. Held that. Caught like 200 pips. Was a good move. The sells have been fighters this month because like we've been streaming for the last 3 weeks, so if anybody's been tuning in, you know we've been following the uptrend more. It's crazy because if you go back to the streams and look at the places we were buying, like we had some solid buys in a lot of the New York sessions, even a couple of the Tokyo sessions. Let's see, is gold going to be nice to us today? Are we going to get reversal in here? Let's watch the smaller time frames in here. At the high, that's what I want to see, if the high can react today. Give us a bearish move. If not, I understand the market could go try to make a higher high. I'm not going to chase that move. Like, part of trading is accepting like what's in front of you. Like, I'm willing to take this setup, understanding what could happen next, managing my risk. I caught a really good trade before this, so I'm in good profit for the day too. 6 hours ago. Crazy entry. Sometimes it's like that, just showing up at a it might have seemed like a random time that I went on last night, but it's, if you're on the stream, it's not really a random time. It's like pre-London session, so it's right before the London opens, so volume starts to come in the market when London opens. So if you study gold, here's another thing you can study, maybe take note of. I'm not going to go over it here because that would take a lot of time, but the London trend, a lot of days you can have a London direction. So like London opens more, London's more bullish into these hours, or London's more bearish into these hours. Like I like to call it the London trend. So if you ever catch that trend, it can be like, I'm going to hold until New York session instead of what's my target. Like a lot of times London can trend kind of like I was just explaining not too long ago. So if you can remember, I was explaining like go mark Friday on your chart and pay attention to how the market trades until Friday. Well, if you mark where we are now on your chart, New York session, you can pay attention to how the market trades until this time, and you'll often notice there's a London trend, a London direction. If I'm catching that trend, if I'm like catching a good trade in London and I'm like wanting to hold it, I'm like, I could, you know, I'm going to try to hold this maybe till 6, 7, or maybe 8 in the morning, maybe closer to New York session. That's one way to, that's a mindset to at times get the most out of price. Yeah, no reversal signs here. Even though news was positive for the dollar, gold started to drop on that, but going back up, still showing signs of sustained demand. Is there any other news today? Yeah, at 10 a.m. later on. $85, I think, just got tapped. That's the area I said to potentially keep an eye on here. We got a setup 85. I think someone said 85. Some people out. Look, we caught some buys. Like a lot of us might have got out early. People were spamming the chat last night. Well, in the other chat too. I think it was in the other chat more. Yeah, like if that was still that crazy, that's crazy. That would be up like good amount. Look at this guy. Well, oh snap. We didn't have, that's probably a different entry. We didn't have that entry there. If I held all my entries, I made like 12, I ended up making like 1,200 bucks actually. This thing, these two ripped. This thing ripped, so I left 2 entries. If I held on to everything, it would have been fire. I think if everyone held, I think some people got it early, some people were still holding. Would have been a crazy entry. It was like a scalping moment, but scalps can turn into swings. Like when you're using the whole numbers with gold, like the amount of times I've taken a scalp on gold using the whole number, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have held that trade. It would have made so much more. Something like this, a scenario like that, where it's kind of in the moment, yeah, it's a scalp, but it could maybe turn into swing because it was the right time to be taking the trade. It went right into the London trend. So when you're looking at this, well, it's not marked here on this screenshot, but we were, on the session, we were saying 2760, which is like a whole number with gold, a $10 level. You got your 5s, you got your 10s. You can see 2759 right there, so a little bit above 2760. So those whole numbers, like if you put them all on your chart, maybe you do every $10. Some people like to do every $10. Some people like to do every $5 more. Like if you mark every $10 on gold, you're gonna get a lot of these whole numbers. You could mark every $10, or you could mark every $5. Maybe to start off, if you're starting off, $10 could be good to start off with. That's 100 pips distance. Well, you're gonna want to eventually like train your eye to see the $5, because you'll see a lot of reactions off the $5. Like if you mark every $10 on gold, it's good. But you might notice a couple times, like if you look at 2750, see how it went between 2750 and 2740 a little bit in the middle. So if I go 2730 here, so every $10 you could start off like that. Because every $5 might look like a lot of lines on your chart. If you don't like having a lot of lines on your chart, you can put 10, 10, 10, like separated every $10. You have to be aware of the $5 because you can see kind of like here, right in the middle, or you can kind of see like in here. That's 65. Yeah, 45. So those $5 can be handy even if you're scalping. Like if you look right here, that's 35. So between 30 and 40. I'll take my camera off real quick so you can see the price. All the prices. So at the bottom you have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. If you don't like a lot of lines on your chart, that can be more clear, I guess. You could say it's a little more clear. It's not, because if you add every $5, now you're gonna look like this. So it might at first maybe be like a lot of lines, maybe to get used to having on the chart at once between different time frames. So I mean, now there's a lot more lines, but those can be helpful between different time frames, like 5-minute charts, 15-minute charts for scalping moves even. You see a lot more lines now when you're doing every $5, so you might not be used to maybe having so many lines on your chart at once. So every $10 is good to kind of start off to get an idea and practice drawing, but like if you look here, that's 85. If you look here, that's 35, 45, 65. Yeah, the bulls are still dominating gold. So again, all I'm looking for right now for the morning is just seeing if the high gets reversed. If not, probably Friday reversals tomorrow. Like we've pretty much seen 5 weeks, well, 3 weeks in a row. For me, I've noticed this for the last 5 weeks. That's why the first session I did on live stream, I had to mention it. So next week it could be the same flow of gold if the uptrend still continues. It could maybe be literally Monday buys again next week if tomorrow ends up reversing into the new week. It might be literally Monday buys again. And those would be like swings. If you could, anyone who held Monday buys the last 5 weeks or 5-6 weeks even, you could have ran the whole week from Monday. So that might be even the play for next week, is looking for swings if the same pattern happens tomorrow. That'd be my plan for next week and the new month potentially. If we see reversals today going into tomorrow, like how it's happened, I want you guys to study it yourself. So like I understand it. There's a way I understand like how price has behaved the last 5 weeks. I want you guys to study, you know, what I said the end of the last 5 weeks and the beginning of the last 5 weeks, so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. And it's not only something new, it's from my experience. Like there's Friday reversals are a common thing, or Thursday, Friday reversals with the market. Even if you have an entire bearish week, like you could have, we haven't really seen a bearish week on gold so much, but even if you have a week that's, let's say, just going down the entire week. Like so if you see here, there's Sunday. Screen's weird. I don't know why the screen's so weird like that. It wasn't like that before. So there's Sunday. Even if you have an entire week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, bearish, Thursday going into Friday can usually be where that shift is, because that's again the weekly low being found. So where's Friday? There's Friday right there. So even if it's a bearish week, let's say, vice versa of what we've seen the last 5 weeks. Last 5 weeks we've seen bullish weeks. But just for perspective, even if it's a week that's just going down the entire week, when you're looking at the days, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's typically Thursday going to Friday where the market will switch that direction. Way over to the left, around 2790. It's pretty much all-time highs. So the question is gold a buy here or is it a sell here? Like they've bought it up here. It's at the all-time high price level right now. Like pretty much, like almost there. Let's check out futures. Right, futures, yeah, the futures all-time high on gold. As we're back at the highest peak. Like, yeah, gold just made new all-time high. On gold futures. spot price of gold. So like literally that could pull back. Like if I was looking at this, it's like that could start a retracing back down potentially. Like if we're looking at the forex chart, foreign exchange chart here, like we're to that Pierce. I think it's 2790 to be exact. 2790 all-time high to the left. So like the real question is are we gonna reverse or break out? If it breaks out, that tells us something about the market. That tells us there's good demand. Like if it breaks out, that tells us like, okay, the bulls they're really still here. Like they would still want to take price up to higher levels if it breaks out. Or a breakout could be something that just breaks out is what I mean, like going through and potentially pulling back maybe next week, or potentially pulling back next week, kind of like what it's done the last few weeks, finding buys on Monday. If we do the same thing, even if I'm not in sells tomorrow, I just take this one on the chin. If the market does the same thing, even if I don't catch sells tomorrow, if the market does the same thing, if it drops Friday going into Sunday, Monday, then I'm going to pay attention to Monday open and see if Monday is those buys again, like it's done 5 weeks, depending on how we do tomorrow. I'm going to follow that pattern still, but yeah, it's realistically like all-time highs when you're looking at this price. Like gold's at all-time high levels right now. Silver even having some bullish momentum. So for me, it's like more of like a sell here at this level around here, 2785, 2780 area. Yeah, there is supply here, right here, all the way to the left, which is at the highest peak, 2790. So again, it's only 9 o'clock. Maybe this can reverse later in the day if it holds underneath this resistance zone. Maybe we get the market reversing today. If not, we'll see tomorrow if that's gonna happen. AU, someone said AU in the chat. This looks good. AU USD looks pretty good. Like it, maybe even setting up for next week. Today, tomorrow. This looks more bullish, which kind of goes against gold sells. This looks like accumulation forming in the market here on the 4-hour daily time frame. You can see to the left here the structure that's building up, how price has been going sideways, but we made this higher high here. So when you're looking at AU, you have this low to the swing high. You have a good kind of fib cluster zone at this order block here that the market could work in. So yeah, like, so I probably wouldn't even looked at AU unless someone wrote in the chat, but that looks pretty good. Like maybe a swing building up from the daily. AU looks pretty good. Like you could probably find some entries or entry in this Fibo zone with where it's at. Stop loss below the low. See if we can make a swing high up. Measured movement. Like when you're looking at measured moves, you have this impulsive move correction. So maybe the next move is the same. You know, this leg up could be your next leg up if this holds. $27.85 tapped. Maybe we can get that holding. Crazy price action on gold. That's AU looks, you know, this is like a swing. It could be something to focus on. Like not look at so many things. Like I like the way this chart looks. Might even set up for next week. new month. So you can see like consolidation here. Ran down, ran up, made that high, pulling back, potentially into that like Fibo zone, order block, potentially run up. That's what I see on AU. Maybe that's setting up, yeah. When you're looking at down candles, you have a down candle here, so a sell to buy candle. There's one there, and like when you take a fib, you have a good fib cluster here. 61.8, 78.6 inside of there as well. Maybe something building up here. Nice little down, steady down on the, you know, steady downwards as well here, like a correction. So I could see AU currency pair so different, potentially moving up, making a leg up from this fib area. So it'd be like a like potentially something like this. Stop loss at the low, swing up, extension up. I see that. Someone mentioned AU. Bitcoin going up. Ethereum, Bitcoin dropping a bit, but Ethereum going up. Maybe it's Ethereum season. February, study Ethereum, February, March. Typically a good season for it. Even NZD, yeah, like NZD kind of looks, yeah, like if you look at NZD as well, yeah. NZD looks pretty similar to AUD. Higher high made here. We broke out of this range. Maybe it's getting ready for a reversal. Now when you look at AU and NU, yeah, similar. Similar sort of structure pattern there developing. But it looks like accumulation to me. Gold fighting today. Yeah, we wanted buys. Remember what I said last night? I said even if it drops down, we'll take buys. Like I was expecting price to go up. 2685 reacted just a little bit. We want to see the 1 hour reverse or a 4 hour reverse. A 4 hour reversal would be great. If the 4 hour candle can close bearish, that would be great in this higher region of price at a resistance level. So when you're maybe coming to a resistance zone, let's say this is your resistance and you got like candlesticks coming up. Obviously when the 5 minute touches the resistance, the 5 minute can react when it first touches, maybe a couple candles. But it'd be best in this case if like a 1 hour or a 4 hour really, if we get a 4 hour bearish close, that would be best in this case for gold. If we get a 4 hour bearish. We kind of want to get to the higher time frame. I was literally talking about this with the trade we took 6 hours ago. Because we were looking at like the 5 and 15 and 30, and I was saying it'd be good to get a 30-minute close, but we just got a 5-minute close. When you hit one of these prices and you're watching a 5-minute chart, in the moment you'll see like a quick reaction, or you could see the 15-minute react. Overall, we want to get to like a higher candle closing. Like it'd be better if we could get a 1 hour closing bearish or a 4 hour closing bearish. Closer to the 4 hour, obviously 4 hour takes time, but that would be like, okay, more confidence, more confirmation, and kind of what we're seeing. 2785 reacted a little bit, just a little bit. Did we take out the high a little bit? Did we get a little bit above it? Yeah, I'm still holding. I'm gonna hold for, let's see, it's 9. Maybe till near end of London session. That's most of the time where I find I'm holding my trades. Like usually I'm holding my trades 2-3 hours at the long, 3-5 hours range. Minimal, like maybe a 2-3 hour range. if I'm looking for a move for the session. Depends on how it reacts. There's times I take a trade, like unemployment claims. Man, I'm working on a PDF for my inner circle right now. That's gonna show examples of some trades I've taken in scenarios like this. Literally, there's been times where unemployment claims comes out. I'm in a sell. Unemployment claims dumps, and I'm like, yo, 200 pips, 100 pips real quick. Like those plays can happen. Unemployment claims can do that. I have a good screenshot. I went on my archives, found some old screenshots of trades. It's pretty dope. Look when you look back. Yeah, unemployment claims. I've had times like that where literally I'm in sells before it or during it, and market just rips down, like dumps. Over the last 5 years, like many times, unemployment claims have been. London's going up, unemployment claims about to come out, and it just boom, like that. We like I've had that a lot of times. And because I've been in that situation a lot of times, I'm willing to take on that risk for it. Because I've been in that trade. I've been in that trade where, okay, London's going up, selling before unemployment claims, 400 pip drop, 200 pip drop. I've been in that trade, so knowing that, like, I'm willing to take the risk on at times for it because I've just been in that situation a good amount of times. Yeah, 85 was, the better price. I said 2780, 2785 area. Let's see, can gold hold? Well, yeah, even before I got on, I wrote about this somewhere. 2780, 2785. SL 2788. Come on, gold. Give us one today. It's been nice. It was nice to us 6 hours ago. Nice to us the other night. It may just be a waiting game, seeing if the high holds. One of those. And I want the market to go back to the days where it just clean. There's just a lot of demand on gold. Uncertainty still in the world with like the wars and stuff. Still a lot of uncertainty in the world with like the wars going on and the crisis is going on and the conflict. Does gold correlate with GJ at times? Yeah, and at times the yen pairs like with GJ. Yeah, at times like opposite you'll see. But yeah, there's still like a lot of like uncertainty in the world with the conflict going on. So that is keeping rising prices in gold. A couple weeks ago there was a ceasefire, there was an attack, and that's one reason why gold has been in an uptrend for like the last 2 years too, ever since that October, which was crazy. Right here, this is how you know the market's manipulated, because right before the war it dumped. And this day right here was the first missile attack. When the market closed too, it was on a Saturday. So when the market opened, it pumped up 500 pips. Or a couple hundred pips. This was the open here. The market dumped right before that. Ever since then. So this is where a lot of the conflict crisis started to break out in the East, and then you have Ukraine and Russia right over here, starting right here. And you have COVID, right here's COVID-19. You got COVID-19 back here. Everything's gone up since COVID. Even the cost of everything you buy and your regular day purchases, your regular day expenses. all those prices have gone up, right? Purchasing power. So when you look at the market, like ever since here, COVID, everything has gone up. But your purchasing power has gone down, right? And what your dollar can get you. This is why wealthy, rich people, when they get money, they invest it. And then after, they live within their expenses and their liabilities and their needs. Rich, wealthy people, like, they get paid, invest, then spend the difference. Like, if you want to get ahead in life, you got to invest. You got to, not financial advice here, just for educational purposes. You got to find a way to spend less, spend less money than what you make, right? Realistically, you got to spend less money than you make, invest the difference. If you want to get ahead, find a vehicle. Bitcoin, Ethereum would be great ones. Bitcoin, that's number one. That's the number one crypto. Obviously, you can make a lot of money on other cryptos, but what is the number one crypto that you would want to get to, owning one Bitcoin or owning half a Bitcoin, right? So at the time, what money here could get you, like in just everyday utilities, right? Or even the prices of Bitcoin. Like, go look at what Bitcoin did in COVID. It crashed, but now look at Bitcoin. Gold, same thing, it crashed, and ever since then. So uncertainty events like crises, they bring uncertainty to the market as well, right? So there's been some uncertainty lately with gold, like with the rising conflict that's risen over the world. Donald Trump just announced that no more military aid support to Ukraine. So maybe that's like some ease, some tension off there. Like, okay, what's that mean? Or does that just mean like he's just not supporting them and the war can still go on, right? Or whatever. Like, because he said with the way oil prices are, I don't know what oil prices are right now. Donald Trump said with the way oil prices are right now, the war could keep continuing. And ever since he said that, the prices of oil have dropped. Look at that. Ever since he said that. Light crude oil. Ever since he said that, ever since he said the prices of oil are wait, I'm on the weekly. Yeah. Ever since he said the prices of oil are too high, the prices of oil need to come down. If the price of oil run as high as they are, the war. He said with the way oil prices are, the war could keep going on. So it's interesting, like we got there's still a lot of uncertainty and speculation around that. If war means gold is a safe haven asset. It's always known as a store of value. So in times of uncertainty or times of conflict, people flock to gold. They've always done that through time. Right? People have always flocked to gold. Yeah, like him not supporting with military aid just means like they're on their own maybe for that side. Like that's what I thought. I was like, okay, that doesn't mean it just ends. That just means like there's no military support on our side. But like, yeah. So in times of like uncertainty, times of like what the world doesn't know what's going on, panic, you're seeing like you're going on your news. You go on the news and you see like on CNN and those broadcasting news stations, all these people, children getting killed. It's terrible, right? So that gives you this more stronger demand on gold. That's part of a catalyst why we've been more bullish the last month. Doesn't mean we can't look for sells. Like the macro, the bigger picture could still be bullish, especially with wars going on. Donald Trump said he's gonna look to end the wars, but does that happen soon or later? What if like a ceasefire happens, those happen and gold goes up. Like gold will usually go up when those types of things happen. So that's why like it's still keeping a lot of sustained demand. Like when you talk about sustained demand, that's Ethereum right now. What does sustained demand mean? That's when you look at an asset and it's either very overly bought and it just keeps, going. There has to be some sustained demand there. Or when you look at Ethereum, for example, this is another example of sustained demand. When you look at Ethereum, although the price of Ethereum has been slow and boring, I know. 83 days now, I think. Going on to 83 days. So after today, it'll be 83 days. So take that into consideration. That's 83 full days. This is a good amount of time. It's a pretty good amount of time, right? It's like if Ethereum goes up February, March, gold sells, don't even matter. And crypto looks more bullish. Someone asked what I think about Bitcoin. I'll go look at it. So sustained demand is like Ethereum right now. It's been 83 days above the same kind of threshold, $3,000. That's what sustained demand means. It's when the market stays above a price for some time, right? It's staying above 3,000 here. So Ethereum's been kind of boring or slow, or you compare it to Bitcoin or Solana, or you look at like XRP even. Look at some other major cryptos and you're like, well, what's Ethereum doing? But the fact that it's been sitting above here, because one thing with Ethereum is you can stake it. So people earn Ethereum every day. Do you think they want the price to be higher while staking exists? Staking exists, right? That's a big thing for Ethereum, especially with it being the second largest crypto. If I'm staking an asset, I want to stake it at the lowest prices it can be at, so I can get more of that. Keep more of that. Keep staking more at lower prices before the thing goes up, right? If it comes to an asset like Ethereum, when it comes to staking it, why would the people really staking Ethereum want it to go to 6,000, 7,000, or 10,000 right now, while they can just keep acquiring more rewards at lower prices, right? Before a parabolic move comes. Take that into consideration, right? Well, if you're staking a lot of Ethereum, there's people out there that are staking big amounts of ETH, right? If you're doing that, you don't want necessarily price to really go up, because then it's like, like it's good, but you can get more rewards, accumulate more while price just stays down and it doesn't move. Like, look at in here, Ethereum did nothing all in here for how long, and then it ran up. So that everyone that's staking on the network is just receiving rewards, receiving free ETH, receiving more rewards on the network. The whales, think about the whales that are doing that, right? The whales that are just sitting there, they're stacking more ETH. People with 100 million in their ETH account, right? People with 50 million, 20 million, 10 million in their ETH account, these larger numbers, they're getting good rewards in quantity, right? If you're staking $100, it's like nothing, right? If you're staking a couple thousand, it's nothing, but, right? So they don't have money to fight. Yeah, they're getting all the money from the U.S. Like, man, the taxpayer, like, damn, man. Like, that's true. Facts. Yeah, gold sells is a tough one today, guys. If it's a stop loss, it is what it is. Like I said, high risk setup. Higher risk. We're testing all-time highs. Maybe tomorrow it's the Friday sells. We've seen that more the last 5 weeks. Time is at 9:30. Yeah, I'll hold until like 11 o'clock. Just maybe like 10:30, 11 o'clock. See what the market does. If not, take it on the chin and see what the next setup is. See what the next setup is. Probably tomorrow and even Monday. Someone has Bitcoin. Okay, so it's still above 100. That's good. Like, everyone panicked when it went below. February, March is literally like right here. So it's seeing how the first week, 2 weeks of February really treats the market, how the market trades in there the first couple weeks of February, especially for Ethereum. Ethereum tends to have its, biggest runs, its best performance runs. Like, some of its biggest runs have happened in the month of February. So I'm really focused on what ETH does for February. You can see last February even there was a huge movement. Last February price ran 89%, right? February to March. So we do that now. You're talking like in the sixes. You go 89% February to March. You're in like 6,200 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, look at that, like right close to 6,200. So let me look at like last February, March. It ran. Go study ETH. So that's possible. Like, that's especially with where you look at Bitcoin, Solana, they're ripping it, XRP even. Yeah, I might get stopped out on gold today. It is what it is. Again, that's, like I said, that's just trading, right? If anything, like I said, a few plans you can look for. Higher highs. Watch the 2800 if you get up there. We're still at 2790. Like, we're still testing the previous supply at the previous all-time high here. To the left. So again, like I've said, if it breaks this, like I said before I even mentioned I'm in the trade. Before I said I'm in the trade, I talked about if it breaks this, you could possibly go up, make a higher high. That's where your next sells may come in. Maybe there's a retest, or it's Friday sells. Maybe get stopped out today. It's okay. Caught 200 pips before this. The buy's up almost. Yeah, like, I understand where the market is. A lot of you guys maybe don't. Like, if you don't, like, use your own discretion too, right? I'm still holding the trade. I'm gonna hold till like 11 o'clock. Like I said, like, I'm gonna hold probably till 10:30, 11. I didn't get out. I'm gonna keep it maybe till like 11 o'clock. I'm watching the high, like the market. Like I said, today is either going to be a break of the high or a test of the high, right? So it's still testing 2785, right? Still in that zone. I didn't close yet. I'm still holding. Negative $900. It's still like, look at the market. Like, what has changed? Nothing much has changed. The market could still drop. The setup, like, you guys gotta understand the dynamic of the market right now and where we are and how volatile price is. That's why I tend to use bigger stop losses too and scale in, because look where we are. What could the market do? It's either going to break or test this area, right? It's either going to break or hold this area, right? 2785, 2780 area. 2780 was early. 2785 was better, right? So either going to break or test the high. If it reverses here, it could dump, right? If it breaks the high, could go on, make another higher high. But you don't got to be worried about catching every move. You could take it one at a time, right? It's like, I'm looking for this sell today. If it doesn't happen, I could maybe plan to catch us out tomorrow. Friday reversals. Right? Maybe this comes back. Let's see. Still testing the high right now. Market's still testing the high. So if it holds, it holds. If it doesn't, that's what we want. We want to see it hold, really. If it holds, it could drop. If it breaks, it's gonna go make a higher high and then probably dump after that. There'll be like a higher high made, and then price will dump. Probably come retest this resistance if it breaks. If it breaks the high, there's resistance here that we're testing, right? It would go on, make a higher high, potentially pull back to kind of where it is right now even. Well, that's if it breaks. Like that's the risk I'm taking on today is, okay, are we gonna hold this? Are we gonna break it? It hasn't broken it yet. If it breaks it, it's like, okay, it's done. It hasn't necessarily broken it yet. 1 hour's flipping. If we get a 4 hour to close bearish, that would be, if the 4 hour can close bearish here, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Maybe it hits. We'll see. We'll see if this dumps. If this, imagine, like, I've said this on streams before. For those of you guys who have been with me, some of you guys are new to me, so some of you guys don't know. Those of you guys who know me, some of you guys may be new to my streams, and we've been here before. For anybody who's been with me for years, or we've been here before. Tell me, for those of you guys who followed me since back in the day. And you guys hate the time. I know those of you guys who follow me hate the times where we're here, and then you go look at the charts 2 hours later, you're like, man, he was right. How many times does that happen? For those of you guys who are like OG or veterans here with me, like the OGs, I know we've been there before where we're like, yo, this trade's not looking good, Evan. What's going on, man? And then you look at the charts 2 hours later and you're like, damn, this mofo was right again. I've been in shorts, 27.85. 27.85. I've been saying it. I'm still holding. I'm not in long, I'm in shorts. I'm still holding these. I'm gonna see. Maybe it, there's been times where there's for the OGs that know, like there's been times we're in this scenario and then like, yeah, and then you guys hit me up later and the price dumps and then we're like, damn. We'll see. We need the 4 hour to wick. Dollar go up. 4 hour close bear. We need this. See this red candle? We need it to finish like that. Still a lot of time, but bruh, if that can finish bearish, this will drop to like 27.70. 27.75 at least. Like if that can close bearish. Yeah, I don't put an SL, but like I'll naturally close my things. Like if the market shows me I'm wrong, then I'm getting out my trade. The market hasn't shown me I'm wrong yet. If the market broke up above and was at 27.92, 27, okay, I'm wrong. But the market hasn't shown me I'm wrong yet. So I'm just chilling. Like look at the chart. The plan was either test the high or break it. I'm not going to trade the breakout. I don't trade those breakouts. Let's see if it holds. Let's go, baby. Come back, baby. Come on. It's a fighter today, but yeah, I know. Maybe it could come back. It depends on the candles too. Like stop loss, yeah, I said 27.88, I know, and it got tapped. Unfortunately. Because people hate when I put when I usually use like 100 pip stop loss on my trades because no buy zone. I don't know where the buy zone is. I'm in a sell zone right now. I said 2780, 2785 sell zone. 2785 is in profit, but it's back at 2780 right now. Now you guys know why I take multiple entries. Now it's back at my 2780 entry, but all my 2785 entries, like, it's sometimes you deal with tougher conditions. And I teach this stuff, but just know, like, I trade. This is how I trade, and like live trading and just me sitting on my own is totally different. Like when I'm sitting on my own, I can make like 10, 20K, 5, 10K. It's different. I think different when I'm like, you know, live streaming and trading on my own. But like, this is what I do. Let's see. It's all about the 4 hour really closing, guys. Like when you're looking at this, like I even said, like it's about if this 4 hour closes bearish. If that 4 hour could close bearish, it could solidify more of a drop. Where's a buy zone? Someone asked. Like it depends on if you're scalping, looking at like. I taught this yesterday, so I was teaching this yesterday with the $5. So make sure you're on tonight because I'm gonna do another lesson tonight. Come on, then I'm gonna do another lesson on this tonight. I'm not gonna go so in depth right now, but like if you're it depends on how you're viewing the market and what type of setup you're looking for. Like if I'm scalping, maybe I'm looking at every $5 for quick pip and dip reactions, right? Maybe I'm scalping the market, and it depends on how you're going into the trade and what your plan is for the day or for the session, what your risk is. Because when you're looking at like what could buy zones be, what could sell zones be, like I taught this last night. I'm going to teach it again tonight. We have another session tonight, so I'll do another lesson on this tonight. It'll be like a good 30-minute lesson, maybe like 40-minute lesson, and then we'll go over the charts tonight. But like when you're maybe looking at where's buy zones or sell zones, like it could be, if you're scalping, it depends on how quick or how you're entering and exit the market. Because when you're scalping, like you can get really quick reactions every $5, really quick ones. I was explaining this last night. That can sometimes be 2 candles, 3 candles, or just react right when price hits it. So if you're like, it depends on where you're taking your entries. If you're taking your entry at a $5 level, you understand I might have an entry that could hold here, or it's a quick scalp. A lot of times, and I was teaching this last night, a lot of times these $5 levels are what's going to give you maybe re-entries or possible other zones that the market could react off of, or the $10 levels. When we're looking at buy zones, I just don't see a buy zone right now. From the way I've traded for years, I just personally don't see one right now. If you were on with me 6 hours ago, I saw one 6 hours ago. If you were on me with FOMC yesterday, I saw one with FOMC. I just don't see a buy zone right here, right now. So that's really it. For those asking, maybe like if it were to come down to here, like back here maybe, like on the 4 hour, then I see more like a buy zone, like way back here, like see this previous resistance. That is where, if I'm looking at maybe a buy zone, where my eyes are drawn towards is over here. See where we broke out? So at the most, if we hold here, at the most we could go down to there at the most. Buy zone that I see would be if we break out, if it breaks out in an hour, like, you know, by 11 a.m. Buy zone would maybe be retesting this resistance if it breaks out. Gold trying to hold, but it's fighting. It needs the 4 hour has 3 hours left on it, so it could take time to try to find resistance here. You could still keep an eye on this 2785. So 2780, 2785 was early. The better zone would have been 2785, 2790. Sometimes I get early. I like to make zones like that, like $5 zones, where I can expect the price to maybe stay in. Sometimes I get early on that. You'll get better at that too, yourself. But you can see 27.85, 27.90. That's literally the supply to the left. All-time high supply to the left. Like, if they want to sell gold, it's at the highest price it's ever been. So maybe they can take some profit, you know? Maybe they can dump it. If not tomorrow, like, I wouldn't be surprised, guys. And remember what I'm saying right now, because I've said it 3 weeks in a row. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, today going into tomorrow, like market close, we see sells. Like, so just remember that, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we see sells still going even into tomorrow market close. Just remember that. Now we're getting closer to that end of the week. And this zone hold is the question. Now it's back at 85. Just came back up 50 pips. That's gold for you. It starts to look good, and then it breaks your heart. Just came down to 27.80, back to 27.85. That's gold for you. It's because the 4 hour has 3 hours left on it. It's time. The 4 hour still has 3 hours, so there's time for it to actually move. There's up to 3 hours to where we could get this close on the 4 hour at the highs. If we get a 4 hour close at the highs, I think we're in for the money then, but it has some time on it. That's why it's playing up, down, ping pong here. That's the only trade I'm looking for today. I got some good trades this week. I even put some good markups in the Discord. Gold chat. So I have a gold chat in Discord. Beginning of the week, literally market open, I gave you guys a 200 pip move. So don't be hating on me if we lose a trade, because I call it the 200 pip moves and you miss them, it's like it is what it is. On Monday we caught a 200 pip move on gold. And then, so like I have my XAUUSD chart, and then I have the pip and dip chat where I'll drop signals. Pip and dip, I'll drop some signals in there more frequently. So the pip and dip chat will be more frequent signals, whereas the XAUFX chat will just be like more like 4 hour markups. So those might be a couple a week, depending on the week. Some weeks more, some weeks less. It might be 3 1 week, it might be 5 1 week, it might be 2 1 week, right? Go look at every single chart I've put since January 6th. They've been all on point, except for one. There was one that I was early on, and then the dang thing went up. Like, I was right, but early. I was looking for buys. There was a buy I was looking for right here on gold, and it came down a bit more, and then this thing just ran. But the XAU charts are more like weekly, maybe every other day updates, gold levels. That's not scalping. That's more 4 hour time frame analysis. So 4 hour time frame analysis isn't going to be every moment. Like, you can't go, versus when you're on a 5 minute looking at every $5. So I'd say for now, like, I've been selling between this 2680, 2780 area. I'm still holding. Could have got out there quickly and then re-entered literally. Always happens with gold when it drops like that. You could watch this area and see if it holds. We want the 4 hour to sustain this area, and it could drop. If the 4 hour holds, price could drop. If it doesn't, that's part of trading. You got to learn how to lose in trading. You got to, like, when I started trading, I understood there's a cost of operation. So what I used to do was, what's my affordability every week? When I started, it was $50 to $100 really. So I would make a $50 to $100 account every week and trade that. If I blew the account, I was okay, because that was in my affordability of the cost of operation of the business. Because I learned, like, early on into trading that it's you got to learn to lose too. Human instinct, natural human instincts, losing is uncomfortable feeling. So if you're in a trade and it's red and it's negative, you're going to be uncomfortable, right? Losing is a negative feeling. In trading, the reason why trading has one of the highest failure rates in the world, like 8 or 9 out of 10 traders fail, like aren't consistently profitable, is because like just a lot of emotional intelligence too, psychology. The fear of losing or the feeling of losing is what impacts a lot of people, like that feeling of it. So you got to find a cost. Trading's a cost of operation. Like if I have a $50 account every week, maybe that's my cost of operation every week, $50 to operate this trading business. $50 a week, $50 a week, $50 a week. Maybe my goal is to take 50 to 100 every week, right? Some growth, right? Something, maybe $50 to $70, $50 to $60, whatever it may be. If you're riskier, depends on how you look at the risk of what is the value of the $50 to me, right? Can I afford to lose $50? How often? Weekly, daily, monthly? What is the value of this to me? Because if I, $50, if I had a $50 account, I would put the whole $50 on one trade and try to flip the account for me, right? So it's kind of, and if I blew that account, I could fund another $50 account, right? It's the cost of operation. Finding that too. Finding that balance that you're like, okay, I'm okay with, it might sound bad, but even losing, like I'm comfortable with losing this, right? I know if I lose it, I can afford to keep doing this. Like that's what a lot of people miss in the beginning of trading. They don't treat it like a business. They treat it like a hobby. Most people treat trading more like a sport or like a hobby, it's not really a team sport at the end of the day. You could do, there's traders I know and even myself who do things that are like, that might seem like ugly, like not perfect. It's like imperfective, but it still works. Can the high hold? Are we holding the high? Come on. I need the high to hold, guys. Can you tell the high to hold? Someone go write gold or text gold. Tell it to hold this high today for me. Silver ripped that level 4 times. 4 or more touches, the weaker it becomes. Silver looking kind of sketchy right now. Silver just, in the last day, just moved crazy last couple days. Silver's like down here, wherever it's at. A lot of people are saying long-term silver is going to go up. Even silver has been going up this whole year. Slow. That's pretty boring. The high's not holding. Depends, 3 hours. Like, you got to look at it from my perspective. And I've been in this situation many times. It just depends on how this 4 hour really trades for New York and news in a couple minutes. If not, from my perspective, it's Friday sells, maybe end of week sells, maybe even tonight. We're going to be on tonight. That's where I usually catch most my sells on gold if it goes up all week. Like if gold goes up all week. In the last 5 years, that's usually where I've positioned myself for sells, is end of the week. So just a reminder, I might get in a sell tomorrow or tonight, one more, just one more sell setup for the week, like tomorrow, especially if we keep going up. And I've done a lot of training on that topic too. You can go back to the streams. So that SL was hit on gold. I'm still holding the position to see if this zone still holds. But again, take into consideration what the market could do. I've given you guys some fine analysis this week and the last week together. If you've been on the streams, I would say plug into the streams, guys, because it's not only you're not only here to try to just catch trades, copy and paste, because I'm a trader, full-time trader on my own. Usually I'm sitting here with my feet up, playing Call of Duty, watching the market, chilling, making more. But I'm doing this to educate you guys, so profits are good. We've been profitable pretty much every stream. We were profitable 6 hours ago, 8 hours ago now. So make sure you plug in too, because there's lots to learn. Everybody's DMing me wanting trades. But trust me, if you can learn what I know, you'll be able to trade on your own. If you can learn what I know, you'll be able to trade on your own and view the markets on your own. That's the point you want to get to. That's why I'm where I am right now, because I never looked at one guy and said I need to depend on him. I said, you know what? I got to depend on myself. So I never looked at one guy or one girl or one person like I got to depend on this guy for the rest of my life. Like, I always had kind of the, I got to learn how to fish mindset. But even in my beginning years, I always followed people who were at higher levels than me. Like, I remember when I first started trading, I would follow people who were like 5 years into trading, 6 years into trading already. Not gonna lie, I remember when I started trading, I saw a guy, he was trading with 2 standard lots. It blew my mind. I couldn't fathom that there was someone trading with 2 lots. I was like, this guy's trading with 2 lots, like live account. Like, it blew my mind. And when I first started trading, I saw a guy maybe on Instagram. I don't know. I remember that when I first started trading, I would see like people on Instagram, and that type of stuff blew my mind, where I would see like someone trading with 2 lots. I'm like, what? Like, because I would be trading with like 001, catching 100 pips, making $10, catching 80 pips, making $8, catching 50 pips, making $5, 002, 005, like little lot sizes. So I'd see someone trading with 2 lots, and I'd be like, damn. The sells this month, man. Sells this month have been a bitch. Sells this month have been, the buys have been clean. I didn't see a buy setup this morning. Buy setups, again, I'm going to teach it again tonight. Scalping 101. Would have been one right there, literally. Scalping every $5. If you're scalping every $5, like, the reason I don't send signals doing that is because there would be 3 to 5 signals a day, and you're not going to be used to trading like that. Like, I send my weekly signals, daily signals, and then go on here. Like, if you're scalping every $5, you got to be willing to take the trade when it's at the $5. Otherwise, you'll miss a move. That gold not holding today. It is what it is, guys. That's part of trading, right? But if we go through our markups, you go through the streams, we've been on point all month. That's our second loss on stream this month. Second loss of the month. If you can't handle 2 losses in a month, trading is not for you. If you can't handle 2 L's in a month, trading is not for you. That's the second L I've taken this month on gold. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. High's not holding. The 4 hour would have to maybe come and play in the next 3 hours, but second L this month. It is what it is. We got a lot, even 2 Thursdays ago, when we were right here, we were selling right here 2 Thursdays ago, and it was like it was a tougher sell. It wasn't hitting. We saw it was coming, and then end of the day, going into Friday, it ended up happening. So. Yeah, yesterday we were looking at this. Man, if I just held my buys all week, would have been a 20K week. Next month, I'm just letting some winners run and focus. You know, like the 4-hour charts. I'm letting those run more next month. I mean, just gonna let some winners run more. I would have been up. The only break of structure I saw was down here. I mentioned it 8 hours ago. But yeah, like literally, market's still holding these 80s now. But tomorrow's another day. We'll see. Keep in mind, it could be sells tomorrow to end the week off. If the market does the same thing next week, so if Monday's lower, so we'll talk about this tonight as well and tomorrow. If we go down tomorrow into Monday, if there's a big drop into Monday, I'll probably be looking for buys on Monday, depending on how we trade into Monday. So that means if the market goes up more, but then it dumps into Monday, I might be looking for buys on Monday to see if this continues like it has the last 5 weeks. But that's going to be it for the day, guys. Market's not hitting today. We're going to be back on tonight. We still have 2 more sessions. The buys were good today. The sells were not. So we got good buys in London. Sells not hitting in New York, unfortunately. We'll see what tomorrow has. Seems like the sells have been on the trickier side this month. We got sells here. Those are good. We were selling Friday. We were selling last Friday. So just to show you the places we've been selling to, like we were selling last Friday here in those wicks. We were selling here 2 nights ago. 2 mornings ago, we were selling right here. And then before that, we were selling here. So the sells we've taken live on stream have been in here, up here. So I'm just following the same plan where I've caught like the same style of all the sells I've caught so far. And then one, and this was the hardest one over here. The sells, if you go back 3 Thursdays ago, so I've only taken 4 sells this month on gold now. But where they've been for me is in right locations. Like they've been harder. Like this one was a harder sell. That the market was pretty much doing the same thing it's doing right now. Same thing up here. This literally, if you remember that sell, it was the same thing. Market was fighting, going down, going up. Was a bit early. So they've been in the right spots, the sells we've been looking for on stream, because we were literally live here that morning selling. We were live here that morning selling. And same thing here and then the other day. So I'm only taking like 4 or 5 sells on gold this month. Around the same times and same days. Except for one of them, just this one. This one's not hitting. And you'll see over time, these sells will hit. Like, it's just because the month 2 seasonality is more bullish, taking over still. You'll see in later months too, when we have this same exact setup, there's going to be days where it's like, damn, this thing dumped. Like London bullish, New York bearish style. Still in that damn high to the left. So yeah, you'd be betting on the 4-hour holding the same thing I said if the 4-hour holds, but looking like it's not going to at the moment. As I said, I'm going to take the L for today. Probably soon. I'm still in the trades. Probably going to take one on the chin today. Still in that supply zone. I'm not going to look for another setup though after this because it's a Thursday. I know tomorrow might set up, or Monday even. I don't want to ruin another good setup ahead looking for too many today. Because I know the next setup could be higher high, sells, or wait for the buy to come again wherever the buy comes from. When I say wherever it comes from, that depends on how we trade like tomorrow going into Monday. Because remember what I said, the last 5-6 weeks, go back and study this, look at where Monday is, and it could give you an idea of how we trade before Monday and where we are Monday. So go mark every single Monday. So that'd be the trade I want to save some ammunition for for next week. Not get too chasey with the market end of the week here. The trade I'd want to save some ammo for would be if tomorrow dips into Monday. Whatever the market does. If it goes higher, I don't care what the market does. I don't have to forecast that. I use time as my friend. Time is my friend. I know it doesn't matter if the market comes up to here. Let's see what it just does. Where it is Monday. It could be anywhere. It could go. Doesn't really matter what the chart does. We don't gotta always forecast. It could go up, come down, be here on Monday, or it could go up, come down, be here on Monday. It's kind of just like the planning of like, okay, if price sells off into Monday, maybe there's buys on Monday. Supply means, just think of it like resistance. So like when they say buy low, sell high, supply is where price has been sold at a higher level. Like supply zones can just be looked at like a resistance zone or a level where the price has really moved away from on the sells, kind of like a resistance. That's where supply exists. Market can test supply levels or break through them and then fall. So like pretty much like resistance. So if you look like what supply and demand, someone asked in the chat, demand is the opposite. Demand is where you see like buyers. So go to Ethereum, for instance. What do you see on $3,000 for Ethereum? So just think of that. Supply is just the opposite of demand. Supply and demand, kind of like support and resistance. So demand, $3,000 on Ethereum. There's demand there. Because as many times as the markets hit that price, you see buyers come around it. So that shows demand, pretty much like a support level. Bitcoin. Right now, like Bitcoin, 90,000 had demand. Between 95 and 90,000 had a lot of demand. Between here, or I'm circling, between all here you see $95,000, $90,000. There's a lot of demand there. Now, there's probably a lot of demand around 100K. Because this is the longest Bitcoin stayed above 100K. So look, Bitcoin looks strong. Bitcoin looks good. And I mentioned the other day, as long as we kind of stay above 100K, I think we're good. They had that fear tactic. They brought in some fear and then wicked the market rate back up. It's closer to 110. Where do I think Bitcoin will go this fit? I could see 120, 130 possible, especially if like the way it still looks like things could go up with Ethereum. Still, Jasmy's up 20% today. Look at that. When Jasmy moves, it can have 30, 40% days. Wait for February, March for Jasmy. Yeah, Jasmy, look at that. 22% on the day. Next session tonight, Tokyo session, 8:30. Jasmy's up on the day, 20%. That's good. Alt season's on the horizon for like. Wonder if there's any Jasmy news. I've showed Jasmy on this session. Jasmy. 20% on the day, 20%. That's good. Alt season's on the horizon for like. Wonder if there's any Jasmy news. I've showed Jasmy on this session. Jasmy. 20%. 20% on the day, 20%. That's good. Alt season's on the horizon for like. Wonder if there's any Jasmy news. I've showed Jasmy on this session. Jasmy. Any Jasmine news? Did they come off of Binance on lock zone or whatever? Whales are accumulating Jasmine right now. Big whale buys. Any recent news? Jasmine collaborating. There's some jazz. I like to see when markets have like big pumps like this because I have a lot of Jasmine. Like if Jasmine hits 34 cents, I'm a multi like million. Like I'm up. I got below a penny on Jasmine. I bought this coin, so the amount of tokens I was able to get in here, I got below a penny on this coin. So like my ROI, if this thing were to hit like 20 cents, 30 cents, I'm up. Jasmine has a good team. If like Sony's behind it. Damn you, gold. Breaking my heart. Can't just give us the clean. It hasn't been giving any clean London Bulls, New York Bears. Like it hasn't been giving any clean. There was one on like last Friday. The London bearish, New York bullishes have been the play more. Like London bearish, New York bullish. Lately, and it's a strategy I've used for 5-6 years. Some months it's like that. Like there's some months where the market's just trending and it's like the typical strategy not hit, adapt to market conditions. We haven't been getting those clean London bullish, New York bearishes lately. Do I close my trade soon? There's 4 hours, 2 hours and 51 minutes left. I'd be basically betting on if this 4 hour holds this high. That's what I'd be trading on, is if this 4 hour holds. Jasmine, look at their team. The reason I bought this coin was because their team, yo. Like low key. Kinda got me like excited when I first saw this. Like, do you see these guys? Like, do you look? Oh yeah, they used to work for Sony, but look at them. Like, shit, man. I'm joking. Yeah, they all used to work for Sony, and this guy started with Sony in 1971. He joined Sony Corporation. Read these guys' resumes. So like that's why I bought this coin, because I'm like, maybe these guys do something with it. So read these guys' resumes real quick, like, and just look at them. Like, look at this guy, bro. Like, look at this guy. That guy knows math, bro. All right, read these guys' resumes real quick. Like, I'll zoom in there. I'll take the camera off real there. Read these guys' resumes. Alright, now let's go here. This guy. Look at this guy right here. Look at these guys out here too. Look at this guy. So these guys, they used to all be in Sony. Sony's big. Japan. Panasonic company. If you have a PlayStation, like me. That coin is up today. And if ETH keeps running, it'll run. Damn, it just hit 3. Yeah, like that coin ran 25. Damn. I've seen this coin do like 40% days. Literally, it just did 46% like run. This is an alternative coin when you talk about altcoins. But it exists in a good market cap. Like we're number 70. So let's just compare the Jasmy market cap. Let's just say if Jasmy got to number 50 right now, Ethena, ENA. Let's go to market cap of. If February, March goes as I anticipated, I'll make like no cap, maybe like two M's just in the next month or two. So I'm chilling. The gold sells today. In a month from now, they won't matter. It won't matter. You know, they're gonna lose a bag today, but it is what it is. I don't even know this coin. Is that it? I'll choose a different coin. Radium, Cosmo, yeah. That's around the same market cap. Did I spell that right? Yeah. So just like top 50 brings it to 5 cents. Well, that would have been almost double not too long ago. But if we go like way up, like top 50's not much right now of a difference. But the market cap significantly increases when you get to like the top 30 cryptos. Jasmy once was number 50 and it was at 6 cents. If it were to get to like a top crypto, then it's like you're talking some bigger prices, maybe like in this top 30. Like a Cardano, that would be probably insane. Or like an Avalanche, like up here. What would that price be? Like a chain link. It has a crazy team behind it, so that's why I was like really interested. And I just showed you guys the team. It's pretty crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys read that. Skimmed through any of it. What else is up on the day? Bigger Ondo. BlackRock's apparently behind Ondo.
YouTube watching, chill. Did you know?
You gotta follow the money. So when I like to look at what like days like today, green days around the board, like what's really moving that I have. Litecoin's even really moving today. Wow, look at Litecoin. Wow. Even Litecoin. Maybe the Litecoin comeback. Wow. 130. Wow. I like to kind of see like Ondo, the money's in Ondo, follow the money. It shows you on a day like today, like there's the flow's going in there. Like Ondo, definitely maybe an interesting crypto with apparently BlackRock's behind it. Been acquiring Ondo. Or you look at Sui today. Sui has a good day. Coins. Sui's a newer coin this year. Big price dip. Like these are the dips where a lot of people are panicking. Like, oh my gosh, what if the market keeps going lower? But you're getting 35% down. Like Ondo dropped 50%. Where's Whiff? Dog Whiff Hat. Is that low? Dog Whiff Hat should be really low. Dog Whiff Hat is really low. Maybe I can help you guys. Maybe I'll help with the gold L's back today with some crypto coins. Yeah, this is how I'm gonna make. This is how I'm gonna help us make the gold L back. Dog with hat. Let's peep this real quick. This came to 98 cents. Is any fair value gaps? Like this could be a 3x. It's already hit $5. First dog meme to hit $1 realist. Yeah, right. Like when you talk about memes and narratives, where is that dog? Where's that little hot dog? There you are, number 78 in market cap. That's huge considering its price. If this performs how other memes have, considering its price and its market cap, that's actually, there's intrinsic value there because it's the first dog to hit. Like it's when you look at other memes in the top 100, Pudgy Penguins, what else? Floki. Look at the prices of all only other one is SPX 6900, Fartcoin, Sandbox. Like most of these other memes that are really popular, Bonk, don't have that value of a price there. Of it's hit $5. It's in the dollars. Bonk, Pepe, Shiba. Obviously, you got the Trump coin now. Pepe, Sui, not Sui, Shiba, Doge, right? Like even Doge, 33 cents with a $50 billion market cap, right? So if like just to give you a comparison here, dog with hat with, just to give you a comparison with the market cap of Doge, $40. $40? Would that be $40? Yeah, $49. If dog with like just to give you perspective here, to show you what I'm talking about with value, there's an intrinsic value with this coin because there could be again, this is speculation, obviously what I'm thinking, because it came out in March of 2024, first dog on Solana, first the dog meme on Solana, right? And it had its big run. When did it moved? It moved last February, last March. Fucking ripped to $5. And it hit $5 in like December. So it's the first dog to I think it has a good community. You gotta look at the community, how strong the community is on it too. If it's a meme that has a solid community, the community's still thriving. Like that's what memes are really based off of too. A lot of the community. If you were to do just a comparison, like let's even just dog with hat to Doge. Like Doge obviously has been around for how long? That was the first kind of people's coin, meme coin. It's done what it's done, right? In terms of market cap, though, or even like Shiba, 11, significantly different. But even with a Shiba, let's just say close to Shiba market cap, which is another dog. What are you at? You're at $11. If it goes to Shiba, if you catch up to Trump, I think you're $7, $8. Trump coin. Back at the highs, all time $5. This thing's low. This thing's low actually. If you're looking at if you're talking about low, like this thing dropped 80%. That's memes for you. So if you're like memes, your portfolio, if you're on memes, like they can lose a lot of value. I think most memes kind of had that effect recently where they lost a lot of value. Bonk, 64%. Pepe, 60%. Rizzo down, like, yeah, all your memes. Trump. So if there's one meme I like right now, to be honest, like, I think it's this guy. If there's one meme I think I really like Trump coin's obviously super popular right now, but like it's at like almost $1, right? So like if it goes to 5, if it goes back to 4 or 5, that's a decent run. I think for memes this cycle, I like this one. This one, the most, like I could say 3 or 5 I like, but where the chart is, this one maybe has potential if it catches up to some of these other bigger memes. Yeah, I'm chilling on gold. I'm taking a hit on that today. We'll bounce back tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow or Monday, we'll see what tomorrow has in store. She's just holding, man. I should have followed my plan that I remember what we had for the last 5 weeks. Buys on Monday. We tried here, and then I should have just held all these. Would have been a crazy week. Next week, maybe same plan. The market's done. Is it like, can it keep doing this forever? Next week, maybe same plan with the Monday, Friday flow. Because obviously we're approaching Friday, so be interesting to see where we are Monday. How we trade into Monday. If we're trading lower, whether we go higher up, lower. Yeah, gold, L day for me on gold. Yeah, so that's for memes. That like, there's altcoins. There's so many coins, guys. That for those asking, like, it's hard to say. Like, a lot are gonna go up. Like, alts are gonna go up, memes are gonna go up, majors are gonna go up. So it just depends on how you kind of spread yourself out. Because I have a lot of coins. I hold 25 coins, so I'm not just gonna sit here and be like, buy all these 25 coins. That makes no sense. It's better to kind of just find your 3 to 5, I think. If you're getting into crypto or if you're in crypto, maybe find those 3 to 5 that you just add on to. I always tell people that I meet that work. So anytime I go to a store and someone, like if I went to a restaurant the other day and someone was like, yo bro, I follow you on YouTube. And then he was just asking me questions. And he was like, what do I like? I like the advice I usually like tell people is just start with Bitcoin. Start with Bitcoin. Make a goal. Start with Bitcoin and ETH, or Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, or you can mix it around. You could be one more of the other, but it's better to start off with like these as your main. From there, you find some other kind of narratives that could give you more upside. When you make money on those, you put it back into these, right? Your main, like if you're looking at something you want to hold, like you want to hold for life. What do you want to hold for life? Do you want to hold Dogecoin for life, or do you want to hold Bitcoin for life? Like, do you want to hold Bitcoin for the next 10 years, or do you want to hold Dogecoin for the next 10 years, right? So when you're looking at some of these coins, you could now have maybe another mix of maybe like an XRP, or kind of, I just said like Jasmine, right? Which is, so you got like your main, right? You got like your main. But then like you got some main, but like main / mid, right? And then you got high roller. High roller is like 1 or 2 memes, maybe like a meme, right? Like a meme you're gonna stick with, like maybe Whiff, or like a bonk or something, right? Or a Doge, right? Or a really type of different alternative coin, like an H bar, or in here we could put like an H bar, or a link, right? Or what would be another coin, like a dot, or Got a lot of coins, like a Sui. Still some main slash mid. Like some people's main are even XRP, right? Some people's main are even XRP, but kind of like arranging yourself with like, okay, my main is Bitcoin. If I quickly make money on some of these, it's good to try to put it like for alt season when altcoins go up, but at some point the market will go down for like a year or two, right? So at some point the bear market comes in, right? At the end of the cycle, right? The coins you don't want to be holding then are all of these. The coin you really want to be holding in a bear market, like if you're out of the market, is just Bitcoin, because it's still going to be worth a price, a value. No matter what, like it's still going to be worth something, right? Versus some of these coins going to 40 cents, 50 cents, a dollar, a couple, like Bitcoin's always going to have that more now store of value in a sense, holding value. It's a roller coaster ride. So when you have these types of coins that can go, like Bitcoin's not going to do 20% in a day, right? Like you see Jasmy right now just pumped 22%, right? You see Jasmy coin. Bitcoin's not going to do that like a coin like this. Coins like this can make me profit faster than Bitcoin, like percentage gain wise. A coin like this could maybe clip me a quick 50, 60% or 80%, right? Something. Cycle that into Bitcoin now, because that's an asset you, if you're thinking about what is number one, right? Number one, there is no other number one. There is no other better one. It's Bitcoin. Like it shows that the facts, the numbers are there, right? What's number one, right? Obviously, like other coins can fly, but that's kind of like what I do. That's sort of my mindset. That's kind of what I do. Some people switch it up, kind of. I know some people that are just Ethereum all the way, a little bit of Bitcoin, or I know some people that are Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or more Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Bitcoin, Solana, like kind of that mix of those three. Jasmy though. Look at this, eh? Yeah, look at the team. Like, it's definitely an interesting team for this Jasmy coin. Like, you're talking a guy who joined Sony 1971. A lot of contribution and experience, I would say, and network, I think, for these guys, potentially. I mean, it is an alternative coin. I've watched this coin go in like, it was in like the top 200. And I've watched this coin climb from like number like 288, like before. I've watched it climb up into this market cap of the top 100. The farthest I think it got so far was like number 50. And that's when price was at like, that was up here. There was a day that price ran 34% up there. Like, if you go look at this coin last February, so let's go look at this coin last February, March real quick as well. This might be an interesting one. I'll show you why. I'll show you another reason why. Yeah, look at last February, March, like, and summer. Like this coin went up last February to March 400%, and then from here 700. Like it ran last year. This coin launched, like it came out in the bear market. Like it came out when Bitcoin already found its peak, when everything was dropping. This coin came out in bear season. So I think it's all-time highs like 36 cents. Some people say at like some exchanges show like, see this exchange shows $4. $3. That's crazy. 100x. This exchange is just like an exchange that a lot of coins come out on early, that MEXC exchange. This is where it maybe came out at first. Like, if you go coin market cap, I think the high is like 37 cents. Sorry, on here it shows $3, $2, $1. Yeah, so like on here, average, like some places average high shows like $2, $1.30. Some places show 37 cents. Some exchanges, because it came out kind of in the bear market. So it hasn't really stood the test of time. This week, the altcoin market has experienced a surge in activity. Hey, just what I was saying, Jasmine on. I can. That's interesting. Notable gains in user adoptions. These cryptocurrency tech investors do their innovative advancements and promising potential. Meanwhile, Bitches Q4. Interesting. See what community's saying here. I like to go here and see kind of what the latest. Don't look for airdrops on these tokens. Like, if you just if it's too good to be true, don't do it. Like, if you see airdrops, if you see a Telegram group that says we're airdropping you Jasmine, just don't do it. If you ever see with coins, I'd say send us this token and we'll give you those are scams. There's people do that a lot with alternative coins. Jasmine, Japan. Some people call it Japan's Bitcoin. $1, I would be. I want to see what it does. I just want to see where it is in March, like what it does the next couple months. This is probably a coin that I'm gonna try to hold long. Like try to hold this one out. It's low. Check it out. It's one of the top gainers today. Jupiter's doing good. Jupiter's another good coin. Ondo. Yeah, but on the day, I like to look at the top 100 mainly because that's where most of my coins are in. Is in like the top 100. Maybe I have a few that are outside of it, but most 90% are in the top 100 for me. There's Jasmine. So in terms of like top 100, it's the best gainer today. One of the top gainers today in the top 100. So that could bring a lot of attention to it too. Like people seeing like, yo, Jasmine top gainer might bring more attention to it. $28% in 24 hours. That's in 24 hours. That's pretty crazy. 3-4 coins, kind of like I said, like start with Bitcoin, like get your foot in the door with Bitcoin. Right now, I think a good time to buy Ethereum. Like right now, I think is a good time to get Ethereum. Yeah, right now I think Ethereum, Jasmine, like I just mentioned. If you're looking at memes, Whiff, I talked about that for a little bit. XRP's high, like I can't recommend to buy it because how high it is. Like, and if I like, yeah, it could keep going up, but I've been buying since 2018. So I've been buying since XRP came out, the year it came out. So like, where it was really on released on exchange. My first time buying XRP was around 18 cents. So, and I bought it here, so I can't really say like, you know, it's a great coin. Maybe, you know, I'm holding XRP, but I bought way lower. ICP, look into ICP. You might like that coin. Look into this one. It's below $10. Check out a coin called Internet Computer. So Ethereum, internet ICP. It's called Internet Computer. Check out that coin. It's called ICP. So a few coins I think are good for like more recent. Like Bitcoin's always gonna be one of the best. Like I'll give you a perspective right now after I write this, but like ETH, ICP, Jasmy. These are some good coins. Jupiter, Sol. Just because of where the market is, you could probably get quicker gains on this than Bitcoin percentage wise. You'll get bigger gains on these more percentage wise than what you'll get on Bitcoin. You make profit on these, you rotate it to Bitcoin. That's kind of like the style with some of these coins. So think about this, like if you're new, you got to make a goal in crypto. Like you can't just aimlessly buy cryptos. Like it's like, what's my goal in crypto long term? I tell most people make a goal. Like my goal, my 5-year goal, my 10-year goal. My goal is to get to 1 Bitcoin. Maybe that's your goal, or half a Bitcoin, right? Or a good goal could maybe be Ethereum. Maybe I want to get to own 2 to 3 Ethereum, right? My goal, like making a goal like that you can work towards for your investing. Because at the beginning of this session, I said the key to getting ahead is, investing in things that grow over time. But like what wealthy, rich people do is they get paid, they invest in assets, then they take care of their bills and their stuff and their liabilities. That's what rich, wealthy people will do when they get money. They get money, they don't like to keep it long. Trust me. Been there, done that. If I get cash, I get money, I don't like holding it long. I gotta get rid of it. Otherwise it's gone. Otherwise I'm spending it, it's gone. Bills, rent, liabilities, boom. I get money, I put into something that can move fast, like move, That's my mindset. That's what a lot of rich, wealthy people do. They get paid, they go to assets first. Right? This isn't financial advice, but let's just call this blueprint information. Something you can take from, discard the rest. It's not financial advice, just some education for you. But they also make goals. They say, okay, like my goal is to invest into something, but to get to acquire a certain amount of this something, because I know what I'm buying, and I know what I'm buying over time will go up if I keep buying it for 4 years, 5 years. So maybe make a goal in terms of like, my goal is to get to 1 Bitcoin. Might take you 5 years, it might take you 3 years. Maybe you have a really good trading month, right? Maybe 1 month you have a really good trading month. Boom, that gives you some room, or make a plan. I told someone the other day, like, he was just like, I'm just starting out, like what's a good goal for maybe? I was like, bro, like, I'll be real with you, like try to get to 1 Bitcoin or half. That's what I said. I was like, Bitcoin, I said try to get to 1 Bitcoin in your life or half, right? And then I said another good goal would be even like having like 3 to 5 Ethereum, right? 2 to 3 or 3 to 5 was what I said. Like try to make goals like that. It doesn't have to happen right now. It could take you 3 years. It could take you 5 years. But acquiring that goal and moving towards it will help you keep more of what you have now later on. That's what you gotta think about when you have a vehicle like this that has outperformed. We're moving to different times is what it is. The internet, the digital age, faster. Now, hedge funds, ETFs, institutional traders have an asset that outperforms the S&P 500 and is open 24/7. On a year-by-year annual basis, it's outperformed everything, every main asset, right? And that S&P 500, Nvidia stock did amazing. So now these guys have something that's just more faster, and that's the way the world is now. It's faster, right? It's a faster world. Go watch the digital gold rush. I'm gonna wrap this session up for the day. Took an L today. Well, I'll bounce back. I always do. We'll get it back another day. Watch. One day we'll remember this day. Well, I'm gonna remember this day. I'm gonna remember this day. Now highs didn't hold. Now you're breaking like, yeah, break above the supply zone. I waited for the market to get here. I was like, I'm not gonna take any sells until New York. Follow my plan. Usually following a plan works, but you got to be prepared sometimes to lose. Like I said earlier, maybe goes for that higher high, then pulls back. It looks like it's probably gonna be like Friday sells. Do the little homework I told you. Check it out. You can even see me talk about it on a lot of the streams. Check out what the market did pretty much every Thursday, Friday, the last couple of weeks. Do the last 5 weeks. That's it, last 5 weeks. I'm gonna wrap it up though now for the day. I'm gonna be on tonight and tomorrow morning. Yeah, weekend trade. I don't like holding over the weekends. That's the thing too, and most traders don't. So that's what kind of screws over this sell sometimes. Like, if you think about it, if you look at the Friday, the market closes on the Friday, but it doesn't like look at like this Friday. That's Thursday, Friday. It started to drop before New York session. Like, it doesn't drop right when the market closes. It could drop early, but that's where like the market. That's why on Sunday, Monday, it can open up more bearish too. When you look at this concept that we've been talking about. Yeah, I was literally like probably in profit for like 5 seconds today, like right here. I was like right here, probably like not even a minute. Didn't hold. Yeah, I was in profit for like a little squeeze, but that's it for today. I'll be on tonight and tomorrow, all next week. Next week, new month, new week. Crypto's looking good. Study February, March for crypto. If you're in any cryptos, maybe look at what they did last February, March, or other February, Marches. That tends to be entering a bullish season for the crypto. That might be exciting. Might be exciting times. Even ETH, 2650 broke. That's good. 30, 20, 20, 2550 here, 2650 here. It's pretty good. It's getting ready for February, I think. Or even Link's a coin that everyone's saying is going to move this year because apparently Trump's World Liberty company's been buying it. Whatever the World Liberty company thing has been buying Link on behalf of him, or going to donate it to him. However that works. Any reason why it dumps on weekends? It's kind of like the same thing, like of the weekly flow. It's all weekly flow. It's all the weekly flow. Where does the week start? Where does the week finish? The market can move into the end. It's weekly flow. Or when you're looking at the weekly flow, Bitcoin has a weekly flow as well. It doesn't always dump into, like if you look at where Mondays are either coming higher or lower for the market. The market's either coming higher or lower on Mondays. So you're either at a higher or a low on Monday. Like Sunday, Monday is either a high or a low for Bitcoin. I can't believe I'm showing you guys this. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm showing you guys this part. Oof. This is some inner circle stuff right here. So, what you might not know about Bitcoin and how it operates in the market, think of this chart like a game, like a video game, but there's people at really high levels playing the video game and they have a routine with their game, right? Monday's either gonna be higher or lower for Bitcoin. You're either gonna be trading in a higher place or a lower place coming into Monday. So your week by then has moved. You're either gonna be, this is Monday. So Monday's either coming like higher or lower for Bitcoin. So where's Monday this week? So next Monday might come in higher. Because Monday here, we're gonna go maybe up all week, rest of the week. chill on the weekends, Monday coming higher. With some, now I'm going over, now I'm going to, I gotta chill here, I gotta chill out, you know. Understanding Bitcoin. Like weekends can die down the volume. The volume, like think about the markets traded. So if it's a Saturday, and the market's gone up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the volume could switch over. Anyone who wasn't buying here is now going to be buying up here, right? And the volume switches over on the weekends, going into the new week. Why the new week? Because they have a job. Just like 9 to 5, they move the money, and Monday the market opens, stock market, right? It's still like a routine. It still works in like the weekends can be dead volume. Chill. But then Monday comes in, Sunday comes in, and they're moving the market because they're starting the week, right? But you'll notice, like, if you mark like Mondays, you look at Mondays, like it's usually finishing higher from where it like started the previous week. Like there's a low, a high when you mark your Mondays. Monday high, Monday low. Weekly high, weekly low. So it's weekly high, finding that you can do that on gold too. Gonna jazz me at a cent. No way, nice. Gold, kind of what I was going over on, like if you've been on the streams with me, I've been going over kind of the same thing on gold, right? With like Monday starting lower. Every Monday, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mondays have kind of come in with a low. So for crypto, since it's still open on the weekend, there's still some volume there, but once the market kind of opens, it could shift. With gold, the market's closed on the weekend. So again, once Sunday opens, it's kind of like, that's why like Friday it closes and the sells can come into the new week. Maybe Jasmine rips February, March, like last year. Well, at 400, last year it ran 400%. Let me see something. 400% would be crazy. If it does what it did last year, 400% would be up there if it does what it did last year. But you gotta look at a lot, like if you look at market cap, it has a lot of potential if it were to just catch up to like a top 30 crypto or even a top 20 crypto. Like there's potential with it because of the price. Like I don't even know what that coin is. Hyper liquid. Yeah, like if it got to number, what is that, 20? Number 20. But maybe in a couple months from now, number 20's market cap might be bigger. So like 9 billion might be down here more later on, like as more money potentially flows into the market. So yeah, Jasmine, the coin I'm talking about is right down here. Peep it. Another coin that's about to move, once ETH moves, this coin will go to like $1 or potentially above $1 this time. If you're looking for a like coin that literally it's Ethereum, just cheaper, like it's literally just Ethereum, it moves like Ethereum, like it'd be literally like buying ETH and holding ETH. You just get more, it moves more because it's more of like an alternative coin like ETH that follows Ethereum. So once Ethereum moves, this coin could go to $1, and if Ethereum goes to like 4,000, this will go to $1, but just 70% on this coin. Versus like Ethereum going to 4,000 would be 22%. So this coin called Validity, you can find it on like Coinbase Wallet and Uniswap. This thing will pop soon. It's just waiting on ETH. It always moves with ETH. It'll never go below 38 cents either. So it'll never go below this support. It has a low holders. If this coin had like 5,000 holders, it would be at $10. It only has like 1,200 holders, I think 1,300 around there. And it already hit when it had like 900 holders, and it hit the price of 90 cents at 900 holders. It has more holders since then. So it'll probably this time break that threshold, break that resistance with more holders. I'm in this coin, but I'm never gonna sell it. You could, if you're in this coin and you get in it, you could sell it at 90 cents or $1. There's locked liquidity on it, and there's enough locked liquidity, like over $500,000. Okay, it could run. Once ETH kicks, you'll see this fly, kind of like a Jasmine pump. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. Peace out. We'll be on tonight. That's the crypto talk for today. Maybe more crypto talks later. There's probably some good news today that happened as well.
You're watching YouTube, but did you know there's a YouTube
Between yesterday and today, there's definitely some good crypto news to update on. Or I think Bitcoin looks like could come to like 108 next. I think FOMC triggered bullish, so I mean it might just keep going up. ETH is much lower though. That's why I said ETH because it's lower in terms of where price is. But yeah, we're out. Be on tonight.
Most music apps have some kind of